guitar students, Dave Osborne from KidsGuitarAcademy.com here, coming at you with another free guitar tutorial. This time we'll be learning Peace and Love on the Planet Earth from Steven Universe. This song is a lot of fun to play, and Kids Guitar Academy has a song pack available for this song, which includes the guitar tabs, backing tracks at slow and full speed to play along with, everything you need to fully master this song. So I'll place a link to that resource below. In the meantime, grab that guitar, make sure it's in tune, and let's get started learning Peace and Love on the Planet Earth. So let's begin by taking a quick look at the overall layout of the song. So this song has 3 sections. It begins with the chorus. This is the part sung by Steven. Now we're going to play through this chorus twice before moving into the second section of the song, which is the verse section. This is the part sung by Peridot, and we play through it just one time before moving into the final section, the outro. Here, the whole gang is chiming in on repeats of the chorus line before the song concludes. So only 3 sections that we have to work through. We're going to get through it quickly, so let's jump right in to the first section. Alright, so the first section of this song starts with the chorus, or the main theme of the song. Here's phrase 1. Now to play this, I'm positioning my hand in the 7th position of the guitar neck, starting with my first finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Now I'm going to play 3 notes on that string, 7, 9 to 10, making sure that I use the pinky to play this 10th fret. Okay, that keeps my hand in the 7th position. Now I'll go up to the 3rd string playing 7, 9, then up to the 2nd string with the middle finger on 8, and then bringing the 1st finger down to 7 on the 3rd string. So that's the first half of the phrase. Now sometimes I'll actually do a slide into this 9th fret note on the 3rd string, which gives it a jazzier sound. To do that, simply play up from the beginning of the phrase. When you get to the 3rd string 7th fret, use the 2nd finger on the 8th fret to do a 1 fret slide from 8 to 9. Then the 1st finger will come up to 8 on the 2nd string, and then jump down to 7 on the 3rd. Like I said, this gives it a jazzier sound. That sounds really cool. Now at this point, you're going to take that 1st finger, move them 2 frets back to the 5th fret, and then to the 4th fret. Now we're going to go back and forth between frets 5 and 4. So that was. Now I'll release the string, play it open, and while that open string's ringing out, I'll move to the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Now you just want to put that together. Now once you've put those 2 parts together, try playing it along with me at a slow pace. I'll be starting right after beat 1. Ready? 2, 3, 4, 1. All right. Now you repeat that phrase a 2nd time before going into phrase 2. Here's what it sounds like. right, so phrase 2 also begins on the 7th fret of the 4th string. After we play it twice, we skip up to the 2nd string 8th fret and slide to 10. Now I highly recommend using the 3rd finger to do this slide, because then you're able to use your stronger fingers for the notes that come after. So that would be. Now you simply just repeat that twice before the phrase changes. So it'll be. Now here, we play the 7th fret twice again, but we jump right to the 10th fret without sliding to it, hit it once, and go right to 8. Now, once again, I use my 3rd finger here so I could stick to the stronger fingers. You could actually use pinky and then go to middle finger as well. Now you're going to play this part twice, and then you're going to repeat the first part of the phrase with the slide. Now once you have these 2 segments of this phrase, try stringing them together by playing along with me at a slow pace. Once again, I'll be starting right after beat 1. Ready, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. 1. All right. Now once you get to the end of phrase 2, you'll actually repeat back through and start over with phrase 1, playing both of these phrases a second time before you go into the second section of the song. Alright, so the second section of the song begins with a phrase that consists of 4 groupings of notes. Now the cool thing here is that each of these groupings start in the exact same way. The only thing that changes is the ending note of each grouping. Here's what phrase 3 sounds like. So as you can see, I'm only changing the ending note in each of these groupings. You're going to start with the first finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string and play 3 5s fairly quickly before moving to the 3rd string 7th fret and then to 5th. Alright, so that's the grouping that just keeps repeating. Now for the first grouping, I use the 3rd finger to slide from 7 to 9. Then I repeat the grouping, but landing on the 5th fret of the 4th string. So that would be. Now for the 3rd grouping, I begin again the same way, but I slide from 7 to 9 on the 2nd string before going one last time and landing on the 7th fret of the 4th string. So that second half was. And that's all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward. Once you've got it worked out, try playing it along with me at a slow pace. This phrase starts right after beat 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, now this leads us right into phrase 4. So for this phrase, I'm returning to the 7th position, but I'm placing my 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. I'm going to play the 9th fret 3 times fairly quickly, and then one more time before jumping up to the 1st string 7th fret, and then 2nd string 8. Now once I'm on the 8th fret, I'm just going to stay there and kind of do the same thing. I'm going to hit the 8th fret 3 times fairly quickly, and then go to 10 with the pinky, back to 8, and then 9 with the 3rd finger. Now this keeps my hand in the 7th position, which is going to be important as I go into the next phrase. So here's phrase 4 played slowly. Once again, I'm starting right after beat 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, now with my 3rd finger on the 9th fret, I'm ready for phrase 5. Here's what it sounds like. So this last phrase of the 2nd section is a really cool phrase. You just have to make sure to finger it correctly. So we're going to start once again on that 9th fret of the 3rd string using our 3rd finger, and we're going to go straight down the string 9, 7, 5 before crossing over to the 4th string 7th fret. Now at this point, we want to stay in the 5th position as much as we can. The only time we're going to leave it is right after we play this 7th fret note, when we jump to the 4th fret using our 1st finger. So we're going to go 7, 4, and then immediately shift back up to the 5th fret using that 1st finger. Now for the rest of it, we stay in 5th position. So once again, starting from that 7th fret note, shift back up, play the rest of it in the 5th position. All right, so let me play through this phrase slowly, once again starting right after beat 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this last section of the song is very similar to the first section. We're essentially repeating phrase 1 over and over again, but we're also throwing in an abbreviated version of phrase 1. So we start by playing phrase 1 all the way through twice. And here's the abbreviated version of phrase 1. As you saw, I stopped here at the 5th fret on the 3rd string, and then I'm going to repeat that a second time. Okay, so we're doing 2 passes of this abbreviated version. We then go back into a full cycle of phrase 1. And it's at this point where we repeat back to the abbreviated versions of phrase 1. Then we conclude the song with one last pass of phrase 1, slowing the notes down at the very last bar. All right, well, congratulations on learning peace and love on the planet Earth. Be sure to grab the song pack so you can practice playing along straight through the song. If you have any questions or song requests, place them in the comments below, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next Kids Guitar Academy tutorial.